Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Smoking Hot Reality. I'm JG, it's Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to do another smoke, but first, it's time for a dose of reality. Fitting for the Super Bowl, this is a true story. There's a story of a lifetime Cleveland Browns fan and season ticket holder who, in his published obituary, requested 6 Cleveland Browns as pallbearers at his funeral. Why? His obituary said, so that the Browns could let him down one last time. And now for some serious reality. Our charity for this video concerns of police survivors. C.O.P.S. C.O.P.S. Did you know that every year between 140 and 160 officers are killed in the line of duty, and their families and co-workers are left to cope with the tragic loss? C.O.P.S. provides resources to help them rebuild their lives. It was organized in 1984 with 110 individual members, and today its membership is over 54,000 survivors. Survivors include spouses, children, parents, siblings, significant others, and co-workers of officers who have died in the line of duty according to federal government criteria. C.O.P.S. is governed by a national board of law enforcement survivors. All programs and services are administered by the national office in Missouri, and C.O.P.S. has over 50 nationwide chapters that work with survivors at the grassroots level. C.O.P.S. is known that a survivor's level of distress is directly affected by their agency's response to the tragedy. So C.O.P.S. therefore offers training and assistance to law enforcement agencies nationwide on how to respond to the loss of a member of the law enforcement community. C.O.P.S. is a 501c nonprofit organization, and their programs and services, they're funded by grants and donations. And I would hope that you would check out the link below this video. As for the Smoking Hot Reality Home, we support law enforcement and hope you do as well. The last time I smoked was the salmon fillets on the tabletop grill, and it was during the worst snowstorm we've had in central Maryland in a long time, and I froze my butt off, but it was only 5 minutes on each side for the fillets. It's snowing again on Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm freezing my tail off, so I'm going to throw a curveball. And we're going to take these 2 slabs of ribs inside and bake them in the oven and see what we can do with them. Okay, we're starting with a little over 5.5 pounds of baby back ribs, got from BJ's, and they're looking pretty good. So let's get these open and seasoned up. Open up the ribs and notice that one rack had been cleaned up, and the membrane on the backside had already been removed while the other was still there. So I had to take this one off, and some of you may have seen recipe videos where the chef takes it off real easy. Sometimes they come off those membranes easy, other times they don't. I had to fight this one, and then all I did was trimmed up some of the fat to square up the ribs so they would fit on the rack. I lined a cookie sheet with aluminum foil and placed cooling racks on top of that. My wife can't take any heat, so one of the racks is getting a pork sweet rub. That's my own concoction. It consists of dark brown sugar, sea salt, black pepper, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and ground mustard. for the second rack, I get to put on the rub that I want. And we're talking some serious bone-sucking sauce here. It's got some brown sugar, salt, spices, including chili pepper, sugar, paprika, onion, garlic and bell pepper, mustard seed, celery seed, citric acid, and natural flavors. I've used bone-sucking sauce on other things, steak, beef, pulled beef, pulled pork. I like bone-sucking sauce. This is manufactured for Ford's Foods out of Raleigh, North Carolina. I'll have a link below where you can pick some up. I highly recommend it. Well, I guess you can see that I really do like the bone-sucking sauce. I didn't hold back on seasoning this second slab. Ready to go into the oven at 225 degrees for 2 hours. Adding a little bit of water to the bottom of the baking sheet just to add some moisture during the bake. Okay, 2 hours in the oven at 225. Let's pull it out and check to see where we are. I don't see a whole lot of pullback from the bone, but I'm not in a smoker, I'm in the oven. So I want to check for a little bend, a little flexibility. Where are we? Are we getting tender? Yeah, I think it's time to wrap. Okay, for the wrap, I'm going to add 4 pats of butter. My pats are whatever I decide they are. I don't have any pats. We get the tubs, so I just get a spoonful. You know what? Just try it. It's going to taste good, trust me. Top of the butter, I am going to add a whole lot of brown sugar. I just want to have that sweet taste, and I'm not turning it over. I'm not putting anything on the bottom, just on the top. I wanted to add some liquid for the second part of the bake, but I didn't want to add apple juice, so I added maple syrup. Obviously, the brown sugar wasn't sweet enough. I'm going to do the same thing to the second slab of ribs. Let's get them back in the oven and see how it looks. I'm adjusting the oven temperature from 225 during the first 2 hours to 250 for the next 2 hours. Well, after 2 hours in the oven at 250, let's pull them out and see what they look like. Oh man, they smell great. I'm looking for a little bit of pullback from the bone, and that's all I see is just a little bit, but that's okay. It's time now to make the adjustment from the foil back to the rack. And finally, we gotta add some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce liberally on both slabs. God, don't you love it? One thing I've learned is that you never worry about how long it takes you to cook something. Always cook to internal temperature. Check the baby back ribs, they were at 146. Oh, man. Oh. Well, they're done. I like to turn them over so I can see the bone when I cut them up because I screw them up and mess them up if I can't see the bone. Ah, man, they're smelling good. So I cut the rest of the ribs up, and there was no pullback from the bone that I'm used to in the smoker. But man, they smell good, and I'm waiting for the taste. Hey, come on now. I need a taste.
Okay, come in.
All sugar. It's Lisa's.
Oh, should I put it back?
No.
Yeah, they did this last year.
My sister thought
After
it tasted
this,
like shit.
then they'll send me, who's singing this?
But you know what?
They should, last year they
There's
did
no
this,
smoke flavor, but
and then they did,
it's not bad on the rib taste. Okay, after worrying about the spice, I'm concentrating on the taste of the ribs. And my wife and my sister are worried about where the hell the Super Bowl is being played and whether the stadium is covered or not. My God, get with the food, ladies.
Super Bowl's been played.
Okay, well, I didn't smoke the ribs, so there's no smoke flavor. And the ladies are disrespecting the ribs because they're talking about the damn Super Bowl. I had to add some heat, some basic Louisiana hot sauce, not complex, just a little heat to the flavor that was already there with the rub. Okay, 2 slabs of baby back ribs on Super Bowl Sunday. 1 slab with a bone-sucking sauce rub, the other with a generic sweet rub. In the oven at 225 for 2 hours. Pulled out, put a little butter and some maple syrup on them, wrapped in foil, back into the oven at 250 for 2 hours. Pulled out, put them out of the foil and back on the grate with some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce for another final hour. The bottom line is there was no smoke flavor, so I added some Louisiana hot sauce just to give it a little heat, to kick it up. And the ribs turned out much better than the Super Bowl game, 31-9, unless you're a Tampa Bay fan. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed it. You can make great ribs in the oven without the smoker. They still taste great. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you'll try it. And I hope you actually try to check out C.O.P.S, Concerns of Police Survivors. Check that link out and see if you can help out. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.